a lot of the people in the engineering industry, they lack those skills. And so it came to the point where I was talking to other colleagues, even to other organizations, and they were like, they had the same experience I had.
You were out here planting a lot of seeds, you start having a whole lot of momentum. So for the folks that are watching who might be like in a really serious profession, because I think being an engineer is something that's super powerful,
Mhm.
but they want to be able to impact the world. What really worked for you, and what do you think gave you the momentum to be booked and blessed as you are right now?
You know what? What worked for me? So when I first started, I was just kind of searching for seeds. I really didn't know about entrepreneurship. I didn't know about business. And when it comes to entrepreneurship and speaking, right, that's different. You approach it different. There are different things that you have to do in order to gain momentum. And what has helped me is, for one, getting into speaking for profit, because getting into that program allowed me to be surrounded by and engage with like-minded people who are working and are doing the same thing that I'm doing. So being able to get that community aspect, right, of speaking and entrepreneurship really helped me. And I believe also inside of the group, one thing, one area where I believe I was lacking was proper messaging, right? Another area that I felt I was lacking was I wasn't using LinkedIn the way it should be used, right? When it came to my speaking business. And so being able to come into the speaking for profit program and being able to ask questions at coaching, being able to specifically go through messaging, right? And messaging sequences and getting feedback from you as a coach and also getting feedback from other members of the community, that helped me to really make my messaging that much better, to the point where now I was putting out messages that were actually getting the attention and also getting people to not just see my message and delete it, which they still do that, and I still get ghosted too. That's a part of the game, but I've been able to get more traction with people that are reaching out to me based on the messaging that I put out. So getting to the program and being part of that community and getting feedback from you and BX and the other people in the community is really what I believe gave me the momentum that I needed in my business.
So tell folks a little bit about your speaking and consulting style, right? Because I think sometimes people think about engineers or science majors, right, in particular,
Mhm.
and they even automotive engineering, right? Like
Right.
people automatically do not think that these people are going to have a skill set to be able to communicate. And I think the fact that you're speaking about topics around emotional intelligence and leadership is particularly interesting. So, one, what do you speak about? And two, how did you decide that that was going to be the industry you wanted to impact?
Right. Well, I actually speak about emotional intelligence, leadership, and mindset. Those are the three things that I speak about. And when you think about emotional intelligence and leadership, mindset is a key aspect in both of those things, right? So I believe they all are interlinked. And that I'm very, 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 at the beginning, I told you I was a people person, right?
Yeah.
And so being able to really work well with people and talking to people a lot, I'm emotionally invested in people and relationships. And that's one of the reasons why I got into emotional intelligence and leadership, because I'm investing into those relationships and being able to grow them and cultivate them. But also in my work as an engineer, at the beginning of my career and even midway through my career, I had some really bad management. I won't even call them leaders, right? And so, I mean, they didn't have any emotional intelligence at all. Leadership skills out of the door. They weren't even people oriented, but they got put into the position to lead people. And so, based on those experiences, I said, I want to get the skills and the experience to be the type of leader that I need. And so, with that, I went to grad school, I got my MBA, and I focused in on leadership and emotional intelligence. So, when I did that, I was able to get the theoretical skills, and we had some areas and some classes where we were able to apply it. But then I got my MBA in emotional intelligence and leadership, and then at work I started to get assignments that allowed me to lead groups of people, so that I could apply what I learned in grad school, right, and become that type of leader that I needed in my career. And that's what really got me into it. I had some bad leadership, no emotional intelligence. I said, yeah, okay, let me look at what they're doing, not do that, get the skills and experience to be able to be so much better. And I've been blessed to be able to get into positions leading teams of 20 and 30 people. I actually, at one point in my career, led a team of over 100 people. And the feedback that I received is, Chris, he's just such a good leader. He keeps us informed. He listens. He communicates well. And so I was happy with that because that's what I set out to do, right? And so
Mm.
that's the exact reason why I got into it. And then at that point, I work around a lot of people who are strictly technical, and all they think about is the problem, how to solve it, the engineering solutions. So when it comes to leadership and emotional intelligence, those soft skills, a lot of the people in the engineering industry, they lack those skills. And so it came to the point where I was talking to other colleagues, even to other organizations, and they were like, they had the same experience I had. Like, yeah, man, my leader, man, they're bad, they're horrible. I don't like talking to them. I'm intimidated by them, and all these things. And so I saw that there was a need for emotional intelligence and leadership, and based on my skills and experience, I could provide that.